Hemming Willis opens up about caregiving struggles after Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's death case. Hemming Willis, known for her role in Red 2, recently took to social media to share a heartfelt message about the often overlooked struggles of caregivers, following the tragic death of Hollywood legend Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa. Hemming Willis, who has been navigating the difficult role of caregiver for her husband, Bruce Willis, amid his ongoing health battle with frontotemporal dementia, FTD, offered a candid reflection on the emotional toll caregiving can take and the need for greater support for those in similar positions. The Die-Hard star's wife posted an emotional message on Instagram on March 10, highlighting the importance of supporting caregivers. Caregivers need care too. Period. Full stop. Hashtag support caregivers, Emma, 42, wrote in the caption, underscoring the emotional burden that caregivers face while tending to their loved ones. Emma, who has become an advocate for dementia awareness since Bruce Willis's diagnosis, revealed that the news of Hackman and Arakawa's passing prompted her to reflect on her own journey as a caregiver. After seeing this whole scenario unfold, the biggest takeaway for me is that caregivers need care too, she shared. It is so important that we show up for them so that they can continue to show up for their person. The Perfect Stranger actress went on to address a common misconception about caregiving. There's this idea that caregivers have it all figured out, that they're strong enough to handle everything on their own. But that's not true, Emma emphasized. Caregiving is emotionally and physically exhausting. You can't pour from an empty cup. Hemming Willis's journey as a caregiver. Hemming Willis has been a vocal advocate for caregivers and dementia awareness since Bruce Willis was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia in early 2023. The diagnosis came after Bruce's battle with aphasia, a condition that affects the ability to communicate and process language, which was publicly disclosed in 2022. Since the diagnosis, Emma has used her platform to raise awareness about FTD and the challenges faced by caregivers. She frequently shares personal insights, advice, and moments of vulnerability on social media, offering a rare and honest glimpse into the realities of caring for someone with a degenerative neurological condition. People often ask me how I'm doing it all, but the truth is, I'm not, Emma admitted in a previous interview. There are hard days. There are days when I feel like I'm drowning. And there are days when I feel like I'm failing. But I remind myself that I'm doing the best I can, and that's enough. Emma's openness has resonated with many others in similar situations, with caregivers and dementia advocates expressing gratitude for her willingness to speak about the often hidden emotional toll of caregiving. It's not just about the person who's sick, it's about the entire family unit. It changes everything, Emma shared. Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's death case. The deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. Hackman, a two-time Academy Award-winning actor known for his roles in classics like The French Connection and Unforgiven, had largely retreated from the public eye in recent years, focusing on a quiet life with Arakawa. While details surrounding their deaths remain limited, the news struck a deep chord with many in the entertainment industry, including Hemming Willis. My heart goes out to their family. It's just heartbreaking, Emma wrote in her post. Emma's reflection on Hackman and Arakawa's passing underscores the fragile nature of life and the importance of providing support to those navigating similar circumstances. No one is truly prepared for the reality of being a caregiver, she noted. We need to create more spaces where caregivers feel supported, understood, and valued. Bruce Willis's health battle and family support. Bruce Willis, 69, has been surrounded by a strong support system since his diagnosis. Emma and Bruce tied the knot in 2009 and share two daughters, Mabel Ray, 12, and Evelyn Penn, 10. Bruce also shares three daughters with his ex-wife Demi Moore, Rumor Glenn Willis, 35, Scout LaRue Willis, 32, and Tallulah Bell Willis, 30. Despite the challenges of navigating a life-changing diagnosis, the Willis family has remained united. Rumor Willis recently welcomed her first child, adding a new layer of joy and hope to the family dynamic. It's been a beautiful reminder that life continues even amid hard times, Emma shared. Emma has often credited her family's closeness and the support of her stepdaughters for helping her cope with the demands of caregiving. We are stronger together, she said. It's not just about me caring for Bruce, we're all in this together. Advocating for caregivers and dementia awareness. Emma's recent post is part of her broader effort to raise awareness about frontotemporal dementia and the mental and emotional challenges faced by caregivers. In 2023, she partnered with the Association for Frontotemporal Degeneration (AFTD) to help promote resources for families dealing with similar diagnoses. Caregiving can be incredibly isolating, Emma explained in a recent interview. You're watching someone you love slip away and you feel like you have to be strong for them. But caregivers need support too. Emotional support, financial support, mental health resources, all of it. Emma has also been candid about the need for self-care among caregivers. You can't give your best to someone else if you're running on empty, she said. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's necessary. Her social media presence has become a source of comfort and validation for other caregivers, many of whom have reached out to thank Emma for her honesty and vulnerability. I don't have all the answers, Emma admitted. But if sharing my experience helps even one person feel less alone, it's worth it. The bigger picture, recognizing the value of caregivers. Emma's post following Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's death case highlights a larger issue, the lack of recognition and support for caregivers. According to the National Alliance for Caregiving, more than 53 million Americans provide unpaid care to family members or loved ones with chronic illnesses or disabilities. Caregivers are the backbone of our healthcare system, but they're often overlooked, Emma said. We need to create more resources, more support networks, and more acknowledgement for the hard work that caregivers do every day. Emma has called for better policies to protect and support caregivers, including access to mental health resources, financial assistance, and respite care programs. It shouldn't be this hard to care for someone you love, she said. We need to do better. As Emma continues to navigate her own journey as a caregiver, she remains committed to using her platform to advocate for systemic change. I'm not just doing this for Bruce, I'm doing this for every caregiver out there who feels alone, overwhelmed, and underappreciated, Emma shared. Caregivers need care too. That's the message I want everyone to hear. A message of hope and resilience. Despite the challenges, Emma remains hopeful about the future. Bruce may not be the same person he was before, but he's still here. And as long as he's here, we're going to keep showing up for him, Emma said.